So I just woke up because the power came back on. And all my lights in the room came on. And the power had been out for like 10 hours. Dude, last night I'm getting ready to get in bed, and it's interesting because I can hear that my fan is on, and I didn't realize that was on at the time. I don't leave the fan on while I'm asleep. I turn that off, but I use a white noise machine, and I didn't have that on yet. And it had been storming throughout the day, right? But I didn't think nothing of it, you know. And I don't think it was storming right then, but dude, I hear the wind start picking up. And I'm no stranger to this. I mean, I've even like jumped out of bed and run in the middle of the night because I thought a tornado was coming. You know, I do keep, my ears attuned to listen. You know, if it sounds like some crazy shit's coming, right? And it has plenty of times in the past, man. But this dude, like, the wind picked up and it kept picking up and it didn't stop picking up. It didn't stop getting louder, right? And I was like, oh shit. You know, so I didn't have my pants on, dude. I grabbed my pants, didn't have my glasses on, and I run out the door, run downstairs. And no sooner than my feet hit the floor downstairs, dude, the power goes out. And so yeah, it was like there was a tornado passing close by, period. And it was fucking scary. I'm not gonna lie. So I was like taking, shelter in one of the back rooms of the house, and I felt like it was a safe little break in something to come back up here and get my glasses, right? Because I watched the Ryan Hall YouTube channel. He's like the weather dude on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I've talked about him before. Because this happens pretty frequently here, you know what I mean? But dude, this was not the same, okay? So he says, grab your shoes, make sure you're fully clothed. He even says have a bike helmet, he's like, get some form of communication with you, like the phone, so that you can call for help or you can signal for help somehow if you're under debris or something like that. So I came back up here and I got my phone. I actually grabbed one of my hard drives as well because I was standing downstairs listening to this insane shit, thinking to myself, if a tornado comes along and rips this shit apart, it's getting every last bit of my archives. They won't exist anywhere else, anywhere. And it was like that moment I was like, oh my God, I can't let that happen, you know what I'm saying? But I also needed my glasses and I needed to get other supplies and I wanted my phone. And I wanted to, just be ready because I didn't know if there were more storms coming because I hadn't even been looking at it because it just didn't seem like there was much coming toward us. You know what I mean, dude? Oh my God. So, dude, I get the balls to run back up here and get those things. And when I step into the room, it was like forces were just like churning around it. And I tried to be very fast about it, and got my purse, just grabbed my glasses, just grabbed the archive because it just sits right there. So I just grabbed that, threw it in my purse and got my shoes, and I got a hooded jacket actually, even though it's like warm. I was like, I need that hooded jacket, and so I just got all the supplies that I thought I would need, and then booked it back downstairs. But while I was up here, like, I just felt like the energy was just very interesting, in the middle of a storm like that, because I have been for years noticing the energy that is released during storms. For many years now. I've been noticing that, and it's been something that I've been grateful for, because I feel like sometimes storms like help come along to release our emotions and stuff like that. They can come along and cry for us basically when we can't, or when it ain't enough. You know what I mean? When I was up here, the wind was whipping, and it was a whole different vibe, a whole different scene. Completely dark, obviously, except for like this little light that I had. And I got out of here as quick as possible, and got back downstairs into shelter. And I looked at my phone, and of course, there was a tornado warning for the area, and it said when it expired and everything like that. And it expired probably like 10 minutes beyond the point that, I was looking at it. And it was so bad that there was no cell service on my phone afterward. There was not even any cell phone service, which, shit's bad when that's the case. You know what I'm saying? So when I woke up just now, I had a look, and apparently some towns to the east of me in Kentucky have basically been like flattened, apparently this storm system just like skipped across southern Kentucky, going to the east and brewing up like really, really powerful tornadoes along the way. And it like fucked up Somerset. It leveled parts of London. I mean, I haven't even gone to see like yet like what's going on. I mean, it's pretty early in the morning right now, and it was dark, obviously, so I don't know. So I'm going to be looking into exactly, like, what happened. But I just know that that same storm, I think they're saying it was like an E4 tornado or something. I don't know what the deal is with how they grade tornadoes these days. Back in my day, okay, it was like F4, F5, or whatever were like the most strongest tornadoes. And now they're like E, whatever. I don't fucking know, dude. But yeah, apparently this tornado had like wind of 195 miles an hour, and there's like pictures of the tornado. It's very like scary looking. That shit was scary looking, dude. So I'm gonna look into it and see like exactly what the hell went down, because I know that it was very close to where I live. It was very close to my area. It was either passing very, very close to me or forming and then going on to do those things, because they said that this tornado was on the ground for like 60 miles at one point. And I don't know if it formed after it went past my area or during it was going over my area, or if it was already formed, or what the hell, dude. I don't know, but I'm going to find out right now, if I can, because I've lived here for some time, and there have been plenty of really, really bad storms, plenty of scary ass wind, okay, but this was on a whole other level. The energy of it is even different. Like, it's different. You can sense the massive amount of power basically associated with it. So I'm lucky and blessed to be alive and okay right now. And like, a lot of people are without a home today in Kentucky, and yeah, a lot of people are really, really, really in a bad spot right now. And I'm sure that there must have been deaths in these things too, in these storms too. So I don't know, but from what I've seen so far, from the little that I've looked, when I woke up, I looked at my phone just to see like what happened, what's going on, and yeah, so far, as far as I can see, this was like a historical, like, tornado outbreak event for this area of Kentucky, pretty much. And so, so I already know that. So I'm just going to be looking into what happened, and exactly how close was that shit to me, because it seemed like it just went right by. There's no fucking way that it wasn't a tornado of some power or intensity when it was going by right here. So that was crazy. I just wanted to document that. I have not been filming very much the past several days. There's like various reasons for it, and you know, maybe I'll get into that. But like, dude, fucking tornadoes. What the fuck? Like, they're scary, dude. Tornadoes scarier than hell. I remember this lady telling me one time that hurricanes are a lot scarier than tornadoes, though, because hurricanes can go on for way, way longer than a tornado can. And I can see that. I can totally see that. But anyway, yeah, dude. So, I'm sure that, like, okay, so again, to recap, when there's a tornado, okay, or storm is coming at you, try to get advance notice on that shit. Like, my phone had given an emergency alert telling me that this was coming, but I don't remember where the hell my phone was at the time. I feel like it was in my purse. It was just, like, zipped up in my purse on, like, silent mode for sure, so I didn't see this. You know, and I just want to say, as much as I've demonized, like, phones, having phones around and stuff like that, which I do not like phones, and that's true, but, you know, sometimes there's a valid reason to have that shit around, because it is pretty helpful to be warned about a tornado in the fucking area in the middle of the night. You know, I ain't gonna lie, like, it's important. So you're supposed to get fully clothed. If you have a bike riding helmet or a hard hat or whatever, you're supposed to put that on. You got to get fully clothed, shoes and all. And I would say preferably a light jacket of some sort, no matter what time of year it is, dude. Get your phone. And do not use it. Use it very sparingly. Turn the screen on very sparingly so that you can save the battery and so that you can have it to call out for help if you need to or if it's possible to. Gives you a chance. You know, flashlight, obviously. You know, take cover. Put as many walls between you and the storm as possible. Yeah, I forget what else he says, but basically those are the rules of it, and that's what I did. When I came back up here, I got all that stuff. I ran downstairs with it into the bathroom and put everything on. I walked around with my purse on, and I got some bottles of water right off the rip. I went and got bottles of water and took them back into the rooms that I would be sheltering in. And you know, it's just preparedness. It was like in that moment I realized that really not prepared. So it's great to have a go bag prepared. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a pillow. Okay. Yeah, it's good to have a go bag prepared, like that, so you can just grab that shit on your way out the door. I just hope that everybody, I hope that there were not that many deaths from this storm. And hopefully maybe somehow there were none. Maybe somehow there were none. That would be amazing. But I don't think that's realistic at all with regards to, like, the damage that I saw in some of these videos and stuff that I've seen so far. I don't think that that's realistic. The bottom line is that a lot of people are shaken up and homeless this morning in Kentucky. So my prayers go out, and God bless everybody, and I thank God, and I'm very grateful and appreciative that that everyth's fine in my neck of the woods, as far as I know. I haven't looked outside yet. Like, I just woke up not long ago, but I wanted to document this. So thank God this is all that happened. Just a lot of overturned lawn stuff and some broken things. beautiful day now. I'm just so blessed and so lucky that it wasn't any worse. But I've never seen like anything like this happen in my time living here. I just know how powerful it must have been to cause that, to rip that rug up right there. That has absolutely never happened before. Would be no easy feat, I would imagine. And so I think the scariest thing about storms is that, when they happen when it's dark, you can't see what the hell's going on. You don't know what the damage is till the morning. So, yeah.